What happened to the girl who wore a purity ring? I grew up in a small town where basically everyone went to the same church. When I turned 13, my youth group had this big ceremony where all the girls got purity rings. We wore them on our left ring finger and promised to save ourselves for marriage. I wore mine every single day for 5 years. Never took it off. It was this silver band with a tiny cross on it. My parents were so proud. At school, a few of us had the rings and everyone knew what they meant. Most kids didn't care, but some would make jokes. I didn't mind though. I really believed in what the ring stood for. Then I met Jake during my senior year. He was new to our school, moved from 2 towns over. We had chemistry class together and he was actually really nice. We started dating in October. He knew about my ring and said he respected it. Everything was great for the first few months. We'd hang out after school, go to football games, normal high school stuff. But around February, things started getting more serious. One night we were at his house watching a movie and things went further than they should have. I felt horrible afterwards. I went home and cried for like 2 hours. I thought about telling my parents, but I was too scared. The next day at school, I couldn't even look at Jake. He kept texting me asking if I was okay. I finally told him I felt like I'd broken this huge promise. He said it was just a ring and that I shouldn't feel bad. But I did feel bad. Really bad. I stopped wearing the ring the next week. I told my parents I lost it at school. My mom was upset but said we could order a new one. I said no, that it was fine. She gave me this look like she knew something was up but didn't push it. Things with Jake got weird after that. We kept dating, but I started feeling like he only wanted one thing. By April, we'd broken up. I spent the rest of senior year feeling like a total fraud. All my church friends still had their rings. I'd show up to youth group and feel like everyone could tell I was different now. Nobody said anything, but I felt it. After graduation, I went to community college about an hour away. I stopped going to church as much. My parents would ask about it, and I'd make excuses. I was busy with homework or had to work my shift at the grocery store. The truth was, I just felt like I didn't belong there anymore. I wasn't the good Christian girl they all thought I was. This went on for about a year. Then last month I was home visiting and ran into my old youth group leader, Miss Karen, at the gas station. She gave me a huge hug and asked how college was going. We talked for a few minutes and then she said something that really stuck with me. She goes, "You know, I've noticed you haven't been around much." I kind of mumbled something about being busy. She said, "I just want you to know that a ring doesn't define your worth." A lot of girls from our group struggled with the same thing. I was shocked. I asked her what she meant. She said at least 4 girls from my youth group year had come to her feeling guilty about breaking their purity promise. She told them all the same thing, that the ring was supposed to be about making good choices, not about being perfect. And that one mistake doesn't erase who you are. I literally started crying right there by the gas pumps. She hugged me again and said, "You're still the same good person you always were." I drove home and actually talked to my mom about everything. Not all the details, but enough. She wasn't even mad. She said she'd figured something had happened, but wanted to wait until I was ready to talk. She told me she'd made mistakes too when she was young. I started going back to church after that. Not because I felt like I had to, but because I actually wanted to. I still don't wear a purity ring, but I don't feel like a fraud anymore either. Turns out I wasn't the only one who struggled with it, and that made all the difference.